Hello friends, welcome back to the CISM classes, chapter 1, part 10. Friends, in this video, we'll discuss about study in detail about the enterprise risk management framework, and we'll study in detail about some ISO/IEC 27000 series. Right? So without wasting time, let's start with the today's video. Friends, first we'll understand about the understanding enterprise risk management framework. Friends, understanding enterprise risk management framework means comprehending the system that businesses use to manage risks. It involves learning about the structure and methods companies employ to identify, assess, and address potential risks that could affect their operations and goals. With this much of introduction, let's jump into the topic. First, we'll understand about the introduction to the ERM framework. Friends, ERM framework are important tools for organizations wanting to improve their strategic planning and risk management. Examples include the COSO ERM integrated framework, ISO 31000:2018, and British Standard 31100. Friends, these frameworks provide structured method for recognizing, evaluating, and managing risks. And by using these frameworks, businesses can reduce the risk, take advantage of opportunities, and manage resource well and reach their goals successfully. Next we will discuss about the COSO ERM integrated framework. Friends, the COSO ERM integrated framework created by the Committee of Sponsoring Organization of the Tradeway Commission and is widely respected worldwide for its thorough risk management approach. It defines important elements, principles, and offer a shared vocabulary for ERM. Friends, crucially, it offers clear instructions for organizations to handle risks at every level, ensuring they achieve their strategic goal while dealing with uncertainty and maintaining honesty. Moving next we'll discuss about some ISO 31000/2018 overview, that is principles and process. First is about the principles. Friends, ISO 31000:2018 is like a guidebook that organizations use to manage risks better. Friends, in this guidebook, there are important principles or basic ideas that organizations follow to improve how they deal with the risks. Friends, these principles are like rules that help organizations to make good decisions about the risks. They show organizations how to handle risks in a way that make them stronger and better able to deal with the problem when they come up. For example, friends, one principle might be about making sure all the right people are involved in decision making about the risks. And another principle might be about regularly checking to see if there are new risks that need to be dealt with. Friends, following these principles help organizations become more resilient, which means they can bounce back quickly from tough situations. Overall, friends, ISO 31000/2018 gives organizations a roadmap for managing risks effectively by providing them with clear principles to follow. Next, about the process. Friends, the framework lays out a structured process for dealing with the risks. It's like a step-by-step guide that organizations can follow to manage risks effectively. And this process involves several key steps. First, organizations identify all the potential risks they might face. Then, they analyze each risk to understand how likely it is to happen and what impact it could have. After that, they evaluate the risks to determine which ones are the most important to address. Once the most critical risks are identified, organizations come up with plan to deal with them, whether it is avoiding them altogether, reducing their impact, or transferring them to someone else, or accepting them as part of doing business. Finally, friends, the process does not end there. Organizations need to continuously monitor the risk they face and review their risk management strategies to make sure they are still effective. And this ongoing loop of identifying, analyzing, evaluating, treating, monitoring, and reviewing risks help organizations to stay resilient and on the top of the potential problems. Next, we'll discuss about the British Standard 31100. First, we'll discuss about the purpose. Friends, the purpose of British Standard 31100 is to provide organization with a set of guidelines that complement ISO 31000, which is a widely recognized standard for the risk management. It serves as a code of practice, offering detailed instructions and best practices to assist organizations in implementing and maintaining ISO risk management principles and framework. Essentially, friends, British Standard 31100 act as a supportive tool helping organizations understand and apply the concept outlined in ISO 31100 more effectively. And by following the guidance provided in the British Standard 31100, organizations can ensure that they are aligning with the ISO standard and are better equipped to manage risks in the systematic and efficient manner. In simple terms, friends, British Standard 31100 is like a companion guide that help organizations navigate and make the most out of ISO 31100, ensuring that they have a solid foundation for managing risks within their operation. Next, we'll talk about the function. Friends, the functions outlined in the British Standard 31100 form the cornerstone of the effective risk management within an organization. And these functions include identifying, assessing, responding, reporting, and reviewing the risks. First and foremost, organizations must identify potential risks, which involve recognizing any factors or events that could negatively impact their objectives. And once risks are identified, they need to be assessed to understand their likelihood and potential impact. Friends, this step is crucial for prioritizing risks and determining appropriate responses. And the next function is responding to the risks, where organizations develop and implement strategies to mitigate or manage identified risks effectively. Friends, communication is essential in the risk management, so the standard emphasizes the importance of reporting on the risks to relevant stakeholders, and this ensures transparency and accountability within the organization. And finally, friends, the review function involves regularly evaluating the effectiveness of the risk management process and making necessary adjustment to improve performance continuously. Friends, by focusing on these key functions, organizations can establish a comprehensive risk management program that safeguard their operations and enhance their ability to achieve their objectives effectively. Next, about the benefits. Friends, organizations that choose to adopt British Standard 31100 stands to gain several benefits in their risk management practices. Firstly, they can anticipate enhanced clarity in their risk management process, and by following the guidelines provided in British Standard 31100, organizations establish a clear and structured framework for managing risks, ensuring that roles and responsibilities are well defined and understood across the organization. And this clarity enables more effective communication and collaboration, leading to better coordination and alignment in the risk management efforts. And secondly, friends, the adoption of British Standard 31100 can lead to improved decision making capabilities. And the standard provided organization with the standardized procedure and the best practices for evaluating the risks and determining appropriate responses. Friends, this enables organizations to make informed and strategic decisions based on a comprehensive understanding of risks and their potential impact. Finally, friends, British Standard 31100 promote a systematic approach to identifying and treating risks, and by implementing structured processes and methodologies, organizations can ensure that risks are identified, assessed, and addressed in a consistent and methodical manner. And this systematic approach minimizes the likelihood of overlooking important risks and ensure that resources are allocated effectively to mitigate or manage risks. Overall, friends, organizations that adopt British Standard 31100 can expect to benefit from enhanced clarity in the risk management processes, improved decision making capabilities, and a systematic approach to identifying and treating risks, ultimately leading to more effective risk management practices and better organizational outcomes. And last point is about the adoption. Friends, although the decision to adopt British Standard 31100 is voluntary, organizations can gain a competitive advantage by choosing to implement it. By embracing British Standard 31100, organizations demonstrate their commitment to excellence in risk management, which can differentiate them from competitors. Friends, the adoption of British Standard 31100 ensures that organizations have a robust framework in place for managing risks, which align with the international standard and the best practices. And this alignment with recognized guidelines signals to stakeholders that organizations take risks management seriously and operate at a high standard. Moreover, friends, following established standard and the best practices can enhance an organization's credibility and reputation in the marketplace, potentially attracting customers, partners, and investors who prioritize risk management. Additionally, adopting British Standard 31100 can improve an organization's ability to identify and address risk effectively, thereby enhancing its resilience and ability to navigate challenges. Ultimately, friends, while adopting of British Standard 31100 is voluntary, organizations that choose to embrace it can position themselves for success by ensuring that they have a robust risk management framework in place that align with international standards and the best practices, giving them a competitive edge in the marketplace. Next we'll discuss about some comparative analysis. First is about the COSO. Friends, the COSO framework, developed by a committee of sponsoring organization of a Tradeway Commission, is widely recognized and celebrated for its thorough and comprehensive approach to the risk management. And this framework provides organization with detailed guidance on how to effectively integrate risk management practices within their overall strategy and performance. It offers a structured and a systematic method for identifying and assessing and responding to the risks across all levels of organization. And by emphasizing the integration of the risk management into strategic planning and day-to-day operations, COSO framework help organizations align their risk management effort with their overarching objectives and goals. And this integrated approach ensures that the risk management become an integral part of the organization's culture and decision making processes rather than being treated as a separate and isolated function. Friends, COSO framework is highly regarded for its ability to provide organizations with the tools and the guidance they need to proactively manage risks and enhance their overall performance and resilience. Next is about the ISO. Friends, ISO 31000, a globally recognized standard developed by the International Organization for Standardization, is highly regarded for its flexibility and adaptability to the different industries and organizational context. And this standard is celebrated for its emphasis on fundamental risk management principles and processes that can be applied across diverse sectors and the business environment. Friends, by focusing on principles rather than specific practices, ISO 31000 provide organizations with a framework that can be tailored to their unique needs and circumstances. Friends, this flexibility allows organizations to implement the risk management in a way that is most relevant and effective for them, regardless of their size, industry, or geographic location. Friends, ISO 31000 promotes a holistic approach to the risk management, encouraging organizations to consider all relevant internal and external factors that may affect their ability to achieve objectives. And by adopting ISO 31000, organizations can establish a solid foundation for managing risks proactively and effectively, thereby enhancing their resilience and adaptability to navigate uncertainties and challenges in today's dynamic business landscape. Next, about the British Standard 31100. Friends, British Standard is specifically crafted to work in tandem with ISO 31000, enhancing its effectiveness by offering supplementary and more detailed guidance on how to implement the risk management process. Friends, while ISO 31000 provide a broad framework and principles for managing risks, British Standard 31100 delve deeper into the practical aspect of the risk management, offering organizations more specific instructions and recommendations. And by closely aligning ISO 31000 and British Standard 31100 ensures consistency and compatibility with international standards while also addressing the unique needs and requirement of the organization. Friends, this close integration between 31100 and ISO 31000 enable organizations to develop and implement the risk management practices that are not only robust and comprehensive but also tailored to their specific circumstances and objectives. Ultimately, friends, British Standard 31100 serve as a valuable companion to ISO 31000, helping organizations to navigate the complexity of risk management with greater clarity and confidence. Moving next we'll discuss about some implementing frameworks, best practices. First, we'll discuss some steps. Friends, the process of successfully implementing risk management within an organization typically involves several key steps. Firstly, it starts with obtaining buy-in from top management, and this is crucial because without support from the senior leaders, it can be challenging to allocate resources and drive the necessary changes throughout the organization. And once buy-in is secured, the next step involves conducting a thorough risk assessment. And this entails identifying and analyzing potential risks that could impact the organization's objective, operation, or stakeholders. With a clear understanding of the risk, the organizations can then proceed to select an appropriate risk management framework. And the choice of framework should be based on the organization specific needs, goals, and the risk appetite. Friends, whether it's ISO 31000, COSO, or British Standard 31100, selecting the right framework provides a structured approach for managing risks effectively. Finally, friends, successful implementing also require continuous monitoring and review of the risk management process. And this ongoing evaluation ensures that the organization remain proactive in identifying new risks, assessing the effectiveness of the risk mitigation strategies, and making necessary adjustment to maintain resilience and achieve its objectives. And by following these steps, organizations can establish a robust risk management system that enables them to navigate uncertainties and challenges with confidence. Moving next we'll discuss about challenges. Friends, organizations embarking on the journey of implementing a risk management framework may encounter various challenges along the way. One common challenge is resistance to change. Friends, introducing new risk management processes and procedures often require a shift in the organizational culture and mindset, which can meet with the resistance from employees who are comfortable with the status quo. Friends, overcoming this resistance require effective communication and leadership from the top management, as well as clear explanation of the benefits that risk management bring to the organization. Friends, another challenge is the difficulty in aligning the risks with organizational strategy. Identifying and prioritizing risks that are most relevant to the achievement of strategic objectives can be complex. especially in large of diverse organization, ensuring that the risk management efforts are closely aligned with strategic goals require ongoing communication and collaboration between the risk management team and key stakeholders across the organization. Additionally, friends, organizations may face challenges related to the need for ongoing training and support, and implementing a risk management framework effectively require employees at all levels to have necessary knowledge and skill to identify, assess and respond to the risks appropriately. Friends, providing regular training and support program can help ensure that the employee are equipped to fulfill their roles in the risk management processes and adapt to the new changes or update in the framework over time. Overall, friends, while implementing a risk management framework offer numerous benefits, organizations must be prepared to address challenges such as resistance to change, difficulty in aligning risk with strategy, and the need for ongoing training and support. And by proactively addressing these challenges, organizations can enhance their ability to effectively manage risks and achieve their strategic objectives. Next, about the metrics. Friends, when looking at how well a company manages risks, it is important to measure a few key things. One is how many accidents or problems happen. Aiming to lower these by 20% shows if safety and risk management are getting better. Another thing to check is if the company is following all the rules and policies. It's supposed to doing this better means risk management is stronger. And lastly, it's good to see how quickly the company reacts when there is a problem. And if they respond fast and effectively, it shows that they are good at the managing risks. So friends, by keeping an eye on these things regularly and making changes when needed, companies can get better at managing risks, do better overall, and handle problems well when they come up. Let's discuss some case studies and success stories. Friends, lot of companies have made their operation better by using the ERM framework, and one big company saw a 30% drop in the losses related to the risks after they started using the COSO framework. Friends, also in the healthcare industry, a healthcare provider improved patient safety by 40% by using the ISO 31000 framework to find and handle new risks faster. And these examples show how using the ERM framework can make a real difference in how well a company works and how safe it is. Next, we'll discuss about the future of the ERM framework, that is trends and predictions. In this, the first point is about the evolution. Friends, ERM framework are getting better and changing over time to use new technology like artificial intelligence and machine learning, and this helps them to better understand the risks even more and find better way to deal with them. Next, about the integration. Friends, more and more people are combining ERM, which is about managing risk in a company, with sustainability and ESG criteria. Friends, ESG stands for environmental, social and governance factor. And this shows how risk in a company affect not just the businesses but also the society and the environment. Moving next, Next, we'll discuss about the understanding the ISO/IEC 27000 series for effective cyber security management. Friends, these standards are really important for creating a strong security plan for organization. In coming part of the video, we'll look at the different frameworks and models that help manage risks related to the information security with a focus on ISO/IEC 27001 is to 2013 and 27002 is to 2013. So let's move ahead. In this, first we'll discuss about the overview of ISO/IEC 27000 series. First is about the purpose. Friends, the ISO/IEC 27000 series serve as an important purpose. It offers organizations a systematic way to manage their sensitive information securely. In simpler terms, it provides a clear set of guidelines and rules for companies to follow when handling their confidential data. And these guidelines help to ensure their information such as customer details or proprietary business data remain protected from unauthorized access, theft or damage. Friends, by implementing the standards outlined in the ISO/IEC 27000 series, organizations can establish a robust process and control to safeguard their information assets. And this include everything from establishing secure access control and encryption methods to conducting regular risks assessment and training employees on security best practices. Ultimately, friends, the goal is to create a culture of security within the organization where everyone understands the importance of keeping sensitive information safe and take active steps to prevent the security breaches. In today's digital age, where data breaches and the cyber attack are increasingly common, adhering to the ISO/IEC 27000 series standards is essential for organizations to protect themselves and maintain the trust of their customers and stakeholders. Next, about the global use. Friends, the ISO/IEC 27000 series standards are used all around the world, providing guidance to organizations on how to safeguard their information from various threats. In simpler terms, these standards are like a universal rule book that help companies to protect their information no matter where they are located. Whether it is a small business or a large corporation, friends, these standards offer clear instruction on how to keep data safe from things like hacker, virus, or other risks. And by following these guidelines, organizations can ensure that their sensitive information remains secure and protected, no matter what challenges they may face. Moving next we'll discuss about the ISO/IEC 27001 is to 2013 standard. Friends, ISO/IEC 27001 is to 2013 is a standard created to assist organizations in setting up, carrying out, maintaining, and continuously enhancing an information security management system. Friends, this system is like a structured plan that helps keep important information safe and secure. The standards contain 14 sections called Security Control Clause, each covering different parts of information security. And by following these clause, organizations can create a solid framework to address various aspects of keeping their information secure, such as controlling access, managing risks, and handling incidents. Friends, getting certified according to ISO oblique IEC 27001 is to 2013 means that an organization has met the requirement laid out in the standard, and this certification can demonstrate to customers, partners, and other stakeholders that the organizations take information security seriously and has implemented a comprehensive strategy to protect sensitive data. Ultimately, friends, achieving certification can help build the trust and stakeholders and ensure that organizations' information security measures are effective and reliable. Let's discuss about some core security control clauses, breaking down the 14 areas. First, we'll discuss about A.5 to A.8. Friends, these clauses from A.5 to A.8 addresses different aspects of information security within an organization. A.5 covers about the information security policies. Friends, this clause focuses on creating and maintaining policies that outline the organization's approach to information security, and these policies serve as a guidelines for employees and stakeholders, detailing expectations and requirement for protecting sensitive information. Similarly, A.6 it deals with organization of information security. Friends, the organization of information security deals with how the organization structures its information security effort. It includes establishing roles and responsibilities, defining reporting lines, and ensuring that everyone within the organization understand their part in maintaining security. Moving next, that is about A.7. Friends, it deals with human resource security. Friends, this clause pertains to managing the security aspect of the human resources, such as employee background checks, security training, and awareness program. It ensures that employees are properly vetted, trained, and aware of their responsibilities in protecting information. And A.8 deals with the asset management. Friends, this clause focuses on managing information assets within the organization. It includes identifying assets, determining their value, classifying them based on the importance and sensitivity, and ensuring appropriate protection measures are in place. Next, about from A.9 to A.12. Friends, the clause from A.9 to A.12 in the ISO oblique IEC 27000 series standard focus on the various aspects of the information security. First, A.9 focuses on the access control. Friends, this clause addresses controlling access to the information system and resources. It includes measures such as user authentication, authorization, and accountability to ensure that only authorized individuals can access the sensitive information. Next, A.10 deals with the cryptography. Friends, this clause focuses on the use of cryptographic technique to protect the information. It includes methods such as encryption, hashing, and digital signatures to ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and authentication of data. Next, A.11 it deals with the physical and environmental security. Friends, it involves securing the physical and environmental aspect of the information processing facilities. It includes measures such as access control, surveillance, and environmental control to protect unauthorized access, damage, or interference. And A.12 it deals with the operational security. Friends, this clause pertains to ensuring the secure operation of information processing facilities. It includes measures such as procedures for system monitoring, backup and restoration, and change management to ensure the reliability and integrity of information processing operations. Moving next is about A.13 to A.16. Friends, this clause from A.13 to 1.16 addresses different aspects of information security within an organization. A.13, it deals with the communication security. Friends, this clause focuses on securing communication channels and information exchange within the organization. It includes measures to protect data during transmission, such as encryption and secure protocols, and ensuring the integrity and confidentiality of communications. Next, A.14, it deals with the system acquisition, development and maintenance. Friends, this clause pertains to managing security considerations throughout the life cycle of information system. It includes requirements for incorporating security into the acquisition, development and maintenance of systems, ensuring that security is built into the design and implementation of IT system from the outset. Next, about the A.15, it deals with the supplier relationship. Friends, it deals with managing security risks associated with the third party supplier and service provider. It includes requirements for assessing and managing the security posture of suppliers, establishing contractual agreement and ensuring that suppliers adheres to the organization's security and policy standards. And last, about the incident management, which is equivalent to A.16. Friends, this clause focuses on establishing processes and procedures for responding to the security incidents and breaches effectively. It includes requirements for detecting, reporting and responding to the security incidents, as well as measures for mitigating the impact of incidents and preventing recurrence. Overall, friends, these clauses provide an guidance on managing the key aspect of information security, including securing communication, managing system development and maintenance, overseeing supply relationship and responding to the security incidents. Friends, by implementing measures outlined in these clauses, organizations can enhance their overall security posture effectively and mitigate the risks to their information assets. Moving next we'll discuss about the ISO/IEC 27002 is to 2013. In this, first we'll discuss about purpose. Friends, the purpose of ISO/IEC 27002 is to serve as a practical guide helping organizations implement security measures to meet the requirement of ISO/IEC 27001. In simple terms, friends, it's like a handbook that provides specific instructions on how to put security practices into action. Friends, ISO/IEC 27002 outline best practices and recommendations of various aspects of information security, such as access control, cryptography, and incident management. And by following the guidelines in ISO/IEC 27002, organizations can establish effective security measures that align with the requirement of ISO/IEC 27001, ultimately enhancing their overall security posture and compliance with internationally recognized standards. Next, about the flexibility. Friends, ISO oblique IC 27002 offer flexibility by not mandating specific security control, but instead allowing the organizations to choose the measures that made suit their needs. In simple terms, it's like giving organizations a menu of security options to pick from rather than telling them exactly what to do. And this approach recognizes that different organizations face different risks and have unique circumstances. So they need the flexibility to tailor their security measures accordingly. And by conducting a risk assessment, organizations can identify their specific vulnerabilities and threats and then select the most appropriate security control from the options provided in the ISO oblique IEC 27002. Friends, this allows organizations to implement a security framework that is customized to their individual requirement, maximizing effectiveness while minimizing unnecessary burden or costs. Next, about the control objectives. Friends, control objectives within ISO oblique IEC 27002 allow users to select controls beyond their outline in their standards, ensuring that their specific security goals are achieved. In simple terms, it's like having a customizable toolkit where organizations can pick and choose the security measures that best fit their needs. While ISO oblique IEC 27002 provides a comprehensive set of controls, organizations may have unique security requirements or face specific threats that are not fully addressed by the standard control. And by having the flexibility to choose additional controls outside the standard, organizations can tailor their security measures to address their specific risks and objectives more effectively. And this enables organizations to create a more robust and customized security framework that align closely with their unique circumstances and priorities. Next, about the implementation. Friends, implementation of ISO oblique IC 27002 involves using its comprehensive controls checklist as a foundation for customizing security strategies to fit a business specific needs. In simple terms, it is like having a detailed to do list that businesses can use to build their security plan. Friends, the checklist covers a wide range of security measures such as access control, encryption, and incident response, offering businesses a structured approach to addressing their security concern. And by customizing these controls to their unique circumstances, businesses can create a tailored security strategy that align with their objectives, risks, and resources. Friends, this helps to ensure that they have a right safeguard in the place to protect their information assets effectively. Overall, friends, the checklist provided by the ISO oblique IEC 27002 serve as a valuable resource for businesses looking to strengthen their security posture and mitigate the risks related to the information security. Let's learn about some case studies, that is success stories. Friends, in this case study, it examines the real world application of ISO oblique IEC 27000 series, which provide valuable insight into its effectiveness. For example, friends, a technology company experienced a significant 40% decrease in the data breaches within just 1 year of obtaining ISO oblique IEC 27001 certification. And in another case, a financial institution improved stakeholders' trust by demonstrating compliance with ISO standards. And these stories showcase how implementing ISO/IEC 27000 series standard can positively impact organizational security posture. They demonstrate that certification not only enhances security but also build trust with stakeholders, ultimately leading to better protection of sensitive information and improved business outcomes. Next, we'll discuss about some key takeaways and the next step, that is, we'll summarize the whole journey. First is the impact. Friends, ISO/IEC 27000 series standard play a crucial role in developing effective information security strategies. In simple terms, they are like the building block for creating strong plans to keep information safe. Friends, these standards provide organizations with a comprehensive framework and guidelines for managing risks, protecting sensitive data, and ensuring the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information. Friends, by following the principles outlined in ISO/IEC 27000 series, organizations can establish robust security measures that align with the international best practices and standards. And this helps them to safeguard their information assets against various threats such as cyber attack, data breaches, and unauthorized access. Ultimately, friends, by incorporating ISO/IEC 27000 series standards into the security strategies, organizations can strengthen their overall security posture, mitigate the risks effectively, and protect their reputation and the business's continuity. Next, about the adoption. Friends, ISO/IEC 27000 series standards are highly valued and essential for the organizations of all sizes due to their global recognition and flexibility. Friends, putting this thing simple, we can say that these standards are like trusted tools that organizations can rely on, no matter where they are in the world or how big or small they are. Their global recognition means that they are respected and accepted worldwide, providing organizations with a common language and a framework for managing information security. Next, about the certification. Friends, obtaining certification not only strengthens the security measures but also increase stakeholders' confidence. Friends, certification is like getting a seal of approval that shows the organization has met the certain standards of information security. Friends, when an organization achieves certification, it demonstrates to its stakeholders, such as customer, partners, and investors, that it takes information security seriously and has implemented effective measures to protect the sensitive data. And this can lead to increased trust and credibility as stakeholders are reassured that their information is being handled responsibly and securely. Next, about the continual improvement. Friends, implementing ISO/IEC 27000 series standard is not a one-time task but rather an ongoing process that requires continual evaluation and adjustment to remain effective. In simple terms, it's like taking care of garden. You have to keep a trending it to ensure that it stays healthy and grows well. Friends, regular evaluation help organizations identify areas where improvement can be made or where new risks have emerged. Friends, here we come to the end of part 10, chapter 1 of CISM topic. Friends, please do subscribe and like to our channel. Thank you and stay tuned.